Hello, this is Brandon Moon with Leland Fly Fishing. Just want to welcome you to Fly Tying Night tonight. Tonight we're going to be tying up a really cool caddis pattern. I call this the Snowshoe Balloon Caddis. A little different than a balloon caddis, but very similar. With that, I want to make sure and invite you to like the video. Make sure that you leave us a comment. Hit the subscribe button and bell to receive future notification. With that, I'm going to start my thread on this hook. I'm tying on a Moonlit Premium Barbless hook, the ML102 in a size 14. You can tie this in a 16, 12s, and even 10s for some larger caddis patterns as well. The thread I'm using is a Semperfli Classic Wax 12/0 pale olive colored thread. I like it because it lays nice and flat. For the body, I'm going to use a green drape-colored wild barred turkey biot from Magpie. Really enjoy tying on these. I want this thread to go to the back bend of that hook. I'm going to tie this thread in, or this biot in, with the ridge part on the down side. And I'm just going to go and secure that in. I start my thread at about the 3/4 point, and I'm just going to create a taper to this body with my thread. Now I'm going to do about 4, maybe 5 back and forth movements so that I can create a little bit more bulk to this caddis pattern here. My balloon, the way I tie my balloon caddis allows me to add some bulk in the upper body as well without adding mass to the body itself. And I'll kind of show you how I do that in just a second. So we're just going to make sure that we create a nice good taper to this fly in the body, and I always want to make sure with a biot that I'm giving myself plenty of room to level that out on the front. I'm just going to half hitch this thread now onto the post. Take some hackle pliers. I'm going to grab my turkey biot here by the tail end. I want that ridge side to be facing the back side of this biot and hook as I wrap. Now I'm just going to take and wrap a nice even tapered body. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we all strive for perfection. So I'm going to wrap that up to that 3/4 point where I'm going to secure off that biot. I'm going to go over the top twice and then in front twice, and that's going to allow me to lock that in. Now I can trim that out with some scissors. I'm going to take and bind that down. Now I'm going to create a thread base over the rest of that hook. Now I'm going to wrap back to that 3/4 point there on this. I'm going to take some orange tying foam in a 2mm, and I want this to be just a little bit smaller diameter widthwise than the gape of the hook. Make a nice little point on that. And I'm going to set the ridge edges of that point right on that tie-in point that I'm tying that in. This is just going to add a little bit more bulk to the thorax of this fly here. Now I'm going to secure that down. And I'm using orange just for the visibility factor on this. And I want to make sure that I get all the way up by that eye of the hook. Now I'm going to go back, and you can see I've got a nice clean head right there for that. I'm going to take some snowshoe in an olive. I'm going to take and get a nice small little piece. So here I've got a nice small clump. I'm going to clean out some of the guard hairs on that, just on the back side and the front side. I'm going to measure this. I want this to go just back past the bend of the hook. I'm going to take and secure that down. Now I want to trim out a little bit of this hair up the front. I'm going to take a little bit of caddis green kapok dubbing. So what I want to do is I want to add a little buoyancy and cover up my thread wraps. You can see I've got just a little bit of hair that's on my side there. So now I'm going to fold that back. I don't want to pull it too tight. I just want to pull it back. I'm going to go cinch it down 3 times, and then I'll do a whip finish. 1, 2, 3. Just for good measure, to secure this nice and durable, I'm going to go 2 more times. Okay. Now I'm going to trim this foam off here short. Take my scissors, create a nice little thumb there. What happens is that foam underneath is going to add a little bit of mass to my thorax, and you can also see it's going to float really, really well. That orange makes it more visible for me. The snowshoe's naturally buoyant and water resistant, so very, very effective. So this is a real quick, easy pattern to tie and fish. Very effective for your favorite caddis patterns in your area. We like to put down the foam so that we have something and the thread to grip. The snowshoe grips a little easier so it doesn't want to slip. Now we have a nice evenly tapered floaty caddis pattern. Thank you for watching our tying video today. As always, we want to invite you to like the video, leave us a comment, make sure you hit subscribe and the bell to receive notification. And we appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great weekend.